One of the common questions I get asked when folks write into Walden at waldenguitars.com has to do with scale lengths and nut widths. Now, all of these specs are at waldenguitars.com on each of the product pages at the bottom, but let me spend a minute and talk a little bit about it. So for Walden's acoustic guitars, steel string guitars, we have a scale length of 25.5 inches, which is the measurement, well, if I get nerdy about it, it's half of that measurement is the distance between the nut and the 12th fret. Loosely speaking, we have that distance 25.5 inches from the nut to the bridge. However, the bridge is moved back and put on an angle for intonation reasons, which we can cover in another video if you're interested, but basically 25.5. It's a very common string length for steel string acoustic guitars. The other one that is quite common is 25 3/8 of an inch. Two of the major manufacturers here in America, 25 3/8 inch, 25.5. Why? Well, it's that balance between power, tension, and comfortability. At this scale length, with light gauge strings, you have a good amount of playability, a good amount of tension to create volume, to create the volumes that you want to drive guitars like this, which is a grand auditorium. And it's one of those industry standards, and it's a great feel. Now, in terms of nut widths, for our 500 series and up, we use Graphtec New Bone, which is a bone-like synthetic nut. The width is 1 11/16 of an inch, which also is one of the industry standard, more common nut widths for balancing ease of being able to fret and feel without things being too cramped. Like you got thicker cables here, so we don't have some of the electric guitars super narrow nut widths. And although they're kind of cool with the wider 1 13/16 or 2-inch necks from pre-war instruments, those can be a bear to play unless you come over from, say, classical playing or have big mitts. So 500 to 800 series, 1 11/16. Now, in our 2000 and 3000 series, we use 1 3/4, which is just a smidge wider. Very much you can feel that if you are a fingerstyle player, you have larger hands, perhaps more advanced players where you're not just grabbing chords. Again, all of these specs are on the individual product pages at waldenguitars.com.